Cinebox setup. Remove the lid of the Cinebox by turning and pulling the 4 latches. You can place the lid aside or put the console on top and use it as a small table. Now all you need to do is connect the audio and the power. The audio mixer has 2 cables that run outside the box. They are labeled left and right. Make sure to connect the left speaker cord to the connection labeled left and the right speaker cord to the connection labeled right. The left speaker refers to the speaker on the audience's left. Once everything is connected, it is time to start turning things on. Begin by putting a DVD into the DVD player and turning it on. If it does not power on, make sure that all the power cords are connected properly. If it still doesn't work, check the power strip inside the Cinebox. Let's take a moment and get to know the mixer. Despite the many controls, it is actually very simple to operate. For basic use, you will not use the middle section. The microphone, DVD, and speaker output all come pre-connected to the mixer. You can use the open input to connect an iPod, laptop computer, or video game system. Every device connected to the mixer has its own volume control. However, before the signal gets sent out to the speakers, it must go through the main volume control. This allows you to set the maximum volume for all devices and mix the sound from multiple sources. For example, you can raise the volume of the microphone and lower the volume of the movie to make an important announcement. Before using the microphone, make sure the gain is turned up about halfway, then make further adjustments at the volume control. When setting up the mixer for a movie, fade up the volume on the DVD line and the main volume to about 50%. You won't hear any sound yet because the speakers are still off. Now go to the speakers and make sure the volume on the back is turned all the way down. This is very important because turning on the speakers with the volume up could blow the speakers and give your audience quite a shock. Once you have made sure the volume is turned down, power on the speakers and slowly fade up the speaker volume. Generally, you should turn the speaker volume up 50% and make any further adjustments at the mixer. Before you turn on the projector, consider how many hours or minutes of daylight you still have. If it is still bright out, you may not be able to see anything on the screen. It is easy to connect an iPod, laptop, or a gaming system to the Cinebox. Here's how to connect an iPod. Simply plug your iPod cord into the open left and right inputs. Fade up the volume on the iPod, then the volume on the mixer. You can also plug in the microphone and make some announcements while you wait for dark. When it does begin to get dark, turn on the projector and remove the lens cap. It will take about a minute for the projector to warm up. It is very important to read the projector owner's manual. Never disconnect the Cinebox's power while the projector is on. This could destroy the bulb. Even after you have turned the projector off, it is important to keep the Cinebox plugged in for at least 2 minutes. The fan continues to cool the bulb after the projector has been turned off. If the fan is not given time to cool the bulb, it will overheat. Overheating the bulb could burn it out or significantly decrease its lifespan. With the projector on, you will use the zoom and focus to fill the movie screen. You may also need to adjust the projector's feet and reposition the Cinebox to get it just right. Again, focus, zoom, and adjust keystone settings to fill the screen. Consult your projector owner's manual for further instructions on keystone adjustments. When the sun goes down, there is still a lot of light in the sky. You have at least half an hour until the sky goes dark. The projection surface, which looks white in the sun, will begin looking dark gray. Besides timing, the movie you pick can also greatly affect how the image will look. If you want to start a movie a little earlier in the evening, or if the venue has surrounding lights that cannot be turned off, make sure to show a very bright movie. Animated movies are bright and have a lot of color and good contrast. The projector will throw a lot of light on the screen and the ambient light will not matter as much. For movies with lots of night scenes and dark rooms, ambient light can be a challenge. The projector isn't throwing very much light onto the screen, so the ambient light may wash out the details of the dark scenes. This doesn't mean you can't show darker movies, just make sure to start late enough and turn off surrounding lights. Caring for your Cinebox. Keep your projection surface as clean as possible. It is a good idea to remove your projection surface after each show. The zippers make this very fast and easy. Place the projection surface in its own bag for storage. If it is put away wet, be sure to dry it or wash it as soon as possible to avoid mildew. When you wash the projection surface, make sure to use a delicate wash cycle with cold water. It is important to air dry the screen because high temperatures could permanently shrink it. The inflatable frame is very strong and durable. Proper care will ensure that it will last for years of use. Avoid dragging the screen on cement, asphalt, or gravel. If you do wear a hole through the screen, use the included patch kit to make repairs. If it has gotten wet, make sure to wipe it down before you put it into the bag. If it is ever put away wet, be sure to dry it off as soon as possible. Store the Cinebox and screen in a clean, dry location. Avoid extreme cold or hot temperatures, as these may damage the electrical components. Now you're ready to turn off this DVD and start producing great outdoor movies. Use your Cinebox in the park, on the beach, by the pool, inside or outside. Just about anywhere you want. Inflate, play, enjoy.